Game started.
Anton Strat 2. Let's try e4. I've been suffering from terrible chess blindness lately, so I can't guarantee this will be a good game. Okay, but so far all the opening moves are normal. This is a Najdorf. I'll play the old main line with bishop g5. Okay, and what next? This move. f4 to support the bishop, and then if queen b6, then queen d2, and it's a poison pawn variation. But we didn't go that way. He went with the knight move. It's also a way to play. Now queen to f3, which is often a move here, blunders the knight. Okay, let's put the knight back here. It supports the bishop and maybe a push to e5. The other square could have gone to was b3. So let's get the queen up to d2 at least. Except on d2 is a problem where it, knight here is always a potential tactic. Let's see. Okay, let's start with bishop d3, supporting this pawn. I was just thinking, if I castle and then he plays queen b6 check, he can win this pawn, and that's okay. I don't mind losing the pawn, but I don't want to have this knight hanging at the end of that. So I want to play queen d2 to defend that knight. However, queen d2, knight e4. What happens then? Queen d2, knight e4. Knight takes knight. The bishop is defended. Let's go ahead and play this move. And the idea of allowing this queen queen b6 check, the king will go to the corner and he'll grab a pawn, and then I can chase this queen. That's the concept. Okay, so he's kind of stopped that idea by playing b5. So queen b6 check no longer threatens anything other than the king. So now the question is, where does the knight want to go? Let's put it here on e2. Maybe
Check.
It could go to, and there's the check. Maybe it could go to, yes, so now this is a problem. Rook to a knight to f2. So I need to defend the f2 square. The simplest way is to play knight to g3. And then the queen and the rook will defend that square. And the bishop takes, knight takes, okay. Now I can also play knight to e3 as well as knight f2. So I think I want to take with the knight. And he kicks it. So does the knight want to go back to f3? Does he want to go to h3? Or can I generate some tactic here? Well, taking on f7, I guess. And king or rook takes, and then the e6 pawn is not that weak. It's defended by the bishop. Ignoring it and pushing ahead with f5. Doesn't seem that great either. How about if we just go to h3? Puts another guard on the f2 square and stays out of the way in case I want to push the pawn to f5, and maybe can jump into f4. Okay, so far so good, I think. I have my pieces on the king side. They're not, I guess, not especially well coordinated at the moment. Maybe this knight on b3 could go to g3, could go to h5, and I could sack something on on g7. The queen is looking at h6, so this pawn is in the way. So maybe first f5, and he can push or take. I would take back with the knight so I have an open file. And then he could take it with his bishop. So pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes. And then is there some tactic with his knight coming to here or here? I guess not. Okay, okay, so he played e5 ahead of time. So I was thinking of playing f5 anyway. That takes away the f4 square, though. So let's see, if I take or push, let's push. It still opens up this diagonal, and it keeps his bishop shut out, which otherwise might take my knight on h3 there. Might be a problem.
Server announcement.
So his knight went back voluntarily. Okay. Hitting the... let's bring my other rook over to support e4. Maybe bishop to... bishop c4. Is this an idea? Pinning this pawn and getting a knight. Maybe a knight here. Not so easy to get a knight there, is it? Okay, let's bring my queen over, I guess. Incidentally, putting some pressure on a6, but that's adequately defended. And these knights, maybe these knights need to move so the pawns can go forward. Knight to h5, knight takes, queen takes, and then I could play g4, g5. That might be something. And then get a rook on the g file. And with a queen on h5 and a bishop on c4, they'd coordinate on f7. That's another idea. See, what are black's ideas? Okay, yeah, the c file is a good place to put the rook. He's always got a half open c file. He can try to get something going here. The queen is already well placed. This knight maybe could jump into yeah, I guess the knight jumping into d4 is something to worry about. So knight here, well, I could always take his knight with check or retreat the queen, but I think taking his knight with check if he tries to attack my queen and then coming in on the queen side. If he takes, I take with the queen. If he doesn't take, I don't know how I can defend this knight. Could move it away somewhere, maybe? I mean, I just think it doesn't look good to allow me to take and have him open up the g file towards his king. Like knight takes, pawn takes, queen to... okay, he defends with the queen. So he will allow me to take, but he'll get his queen on... f6 there. Let's go ahead and do that because I still have g4 in this position. g4, g5. Now he goes there, yeah. So I want to be on this file, I guess. So when I push g5, pawn takes, knight takes, I'm supporting the knight. He's attacking c2, which is adequately defended at the moment. This pawn is pinned against my queen and my king. This is dangerous. So maybe he has the idea of playing d5. Maybe it's not fast enough though. d5, g5, and his queen is attacked. Take, take, and he takes. I put my bishop in the way. I guess it's okay. Okay, so let's push on with g5. That was the plan. Open up a line. Maybe even double rook. Put a rook behind the queen on the g file. Something's got to happen. Yeah, he's got to allow some kind of opening here because his queen was under attack. Now there's a check here and a mate there. Oh no, check, and he blocks with the queen. Maybe rook up and over check. So he's taking advantage of the pin, right? I can take with the rook. Queen takes rook. I could deliver the check first. Check here, he blocks with the queen. Check here, he blocks with the knight. No, he doesn't block with the knight because I take the queen with the rook. So check here, he blocks with the queen. And then I can take the rook with my, take the knight with my rook.
Check.
So I think, if I figured this out right, I think I win a piece here. Yes, he blocks with the queen. My queen is defended, that's important. And he's no longer attacking the square f5. So the fact that this pawn is pinned means this rook is loose, but it's not fatal. And so what have I got here? I've got 2 pawns on this side of the board and 3 here, so 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's got 6 pawns. So I've got a knight, and he's got an extra pawn. And where does the rook want to go? Here. Just go here to a dark square.
Black resigns.
Okay, yeah, I think I would eventually win this game, although he's giving up a little early. Anyway, I will upload this and do a post-mortem. See you guys later. Bye.